extreme. Okay, excellent. Now, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 2 people have just joined. Who are the ones who have just joined? Please, guys, I need to the attendance list. Gaston, are you there?
I want to be a volunteer.
Hi,
Okay,
teacher. Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry I'm late because I have problems with my connection.
okay, don't worry. Thanks for attending. Okay, what else? Who else? Who have just joined? Andrea Saavedra, Gaston, Sue, Daniela. I think Andrea. Andrea, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Saavedra, Espinosa, Andrea, Patricia, right?
Yes.
Okay. So only one person is missing. Good, really good. Good attendance today. Daniela Maria Prado Gamboa is missing. Okay. So as I was telling you guys, today we're going to practice speaking 2 and speaking 3. It is what we call integrated task, okay? The topics are campus related and academic ones. So be ready to deal with those kind of topics. Let's move on. Can anybody here see? Help me read this, please. What is it about?
Teacher, we can see anything.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. Now, can you see it? Guys, can you see it?
Yes, teacher, now.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so what is it about? Speaking 2 and speaking 3. Can anybody help me reading? Okay, please. Anna Karen, can you help me reading the first part?
Yes. Test your reading and listening skills together.
The next one.
A reading passage, 75, 100 words, describes an issue. A listening passage.
This one?
Yeah. 60, 18 seconds, 150, 118 words.
Thank you. So what is it about? In this kind of exercises, speaking 2 and speaking 3, you will have to read and then listen, okay? You have to have your reading and listening skills really developed, okay? The reading passage will be about 75 to 100 words, and it will describe an issue. And then you're gonna listen to a passage, okay? That will be about 60 to 80 seconds from the 150 and 180 words. That is what you are going to deal with in this kind of exercise, okay? First a reading and then a listening. Okay, how much time do I have? Please, Gaston, can you help me with this?
Okay, how much time do I have? 30 seconds preparation time, 60 seconds response time, in addition to reading and listening to the question.
So how much time are you going to have in this kind of task, speaking 2 and speaking 3? You will have 1 minute and a half, okay? 30 seconds to prepare your answer and then 60 seconds to respond. So be careful with that. Also, this time will be added to the time that you will need to read and to listen into the question, okay? So consider that. Okay, what to do? What do you have to do in this kind of task? Please, Josue, can you help me reading this part? Josue, are you there?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I am with my phone off. Yes. What to do? Yeah.
Yes.
But yes, you will read a passage and then listen to a passage. Finally, speak out your answer. 55% your knowledge of the language in general, 65% vocabulary.
As I told you, previous sessions, and as I always say, speaking is about vocabulary and knowledge of the language in general. At least for me, 35% is the knowledge that we have in general, and 65% of our speaking is about knowing vocabulary. Okay, so consider that. Okay, what to do? What do you have to do in this kind of task? You will read a passage and then listen to a passage as well. Then you will finally speak it out, your answer, okay? So consider those aspects. Okay, let's move on. We're going to practice a little bit with this now, okay? Give me a second, I don't know what is happening. Okay, that's it. Okay, what about my suggestions for this kind of task? First one, okay? My suggestion, my personal suggestions for you. You have to quickly at first sum up the content of the announcement, okay? You have to make a summary of what you read, okay? Is that clear, guys? In order to succeed in this kind of question, you have to first summarize the content of the announcement that you will be reading, okay? After that, you have to state the position of the man or woman who will be speaking in the recording, okay? Depending on the question. The position, the perspective, the point of view, okay? Number 3, you have to provide at least 2 reasons or arguments to support why they think the way they do, okay? In the recording, they are going to explain their reasons or their arguments. You just have to mention them, okay, when you speak. Number 4, you have to provide details or examples that the students use to illustrate their arguments, okay? You have to mention the examples. So it is a good idea to pay attention to those details in the recording. And finally, you have to end up with a neat concluding sentence, okay? You have to conclude to what you are saying, okay? With a concluding sentence. An example of this would be something like this. That is why the man thinks the library should blah, 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 okay? You have to conclude what you will be saying, okay? Is everything clear, guys, up to now?
Okay.
These are my suggestions for you, okay? So consider trying to apply them, okay? That is the way you have to organize your speaking in this kind of task. So now it is time for you to practice. What we're gonna do is the following, okay? First, you're gonna read this. After that, you will listen to a recording. Finally, I will be choosing randomly 1 or 2 people, okay? In order for them to answer the questions the way I am telling you, okay, here. And after that, you're gonna hear or you're gonna listen to a possible answer to this kind of question, okay, guys? So that you can realize how you are supposed to answer this kind of question. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, teacher.
What about the rest?
Yes.
Okay. Please, guys, you are here to speak. So speak, do it, okay? These are practice sessions. What do you have to practice? Speaking, okay? At
Sure.
least this. So you have to speak. You have to do it. Don't be afraid. The more you speak,
Sure.
the more you will learn, okay? The more you will practice, and the better will be your score in the TOEFL test. So don't be afraid of speaking.
Sorry, teacher. I have a doubt. You heard me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, sorry. This is like for example, the examples of yesterday. For example, the reading passage is like at the state, and then you in the listening, you have the details of the students, something like that.
Yes, maybe the reading passage is a situation that happens in a school or a university. It is an announcement, let's say. And the listening will be about a conversation between two people talking about that announcement or that situation. Do you understand?
Oh, I think I understand.
If you have any doubt, any problem, any question, let me know, okay? So that I can help you.
Thank you.
Okay. So, please, guys, now be ready. I'm gonna choose whoever I decide, okay? So, be careful with that. Let's start. Please, guys, you have 1.5 minutes to read this passage, okay? Silently. Please move on. Okay, guys, did you finish reading?
Yes.
What about the rest? Please, guys, speak. You have to do that. Do not be afraid.
Yes,
You have to practice,
Yes,
okay?
teacher.
That's why you are here. You have to practice. I am here to help you, okay? But if you do not speak, I cannot do so much for you, okay? So speak. Now, we're gonna listen to the recording, okay? About this reading passage. Two people will be talking about it. And take notes on what you hear about, I don't know, details, examples, positions, points of view, perspectives, and then organize your ideas in order to prepare your responses. Let's move on then.
Did you read the school announcement?
Okay, guys, did you hear? Can you hear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. I hope everybody's ready, and I hope everybody, nobody's having problems. Okay, about the video, about the audio. I don't know if anything is happening with you. Please let me know. Okay, before we start. Is everything okay, guys?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you for letting
Yes,
me
teacher.
know. Okay, let's start then. Okay. Pay attention, please.
Now listen to students as they discuss the announcement. Did you read the school announcement?
Yeah, I think the university made a right decision. I took the evening class last quarter, and there were only a few students in the class. It seemed to be so small that nobody could get serious.
I get your point, but students can get better education. I mean, as the size of the class is small, students can have discussions and explore their fields in depth. You know, if the class is too large, the professor can't even cover the whole textbook or related materials. But if there are only a few students, the instructor might go over the chapters and materials.
That makes sense, but as you know, the lectures are given by a TA, so you might not learn from a professional in the field.
You're right. However, a TA is a graduate student who has already studied more than 2 years in graduate school, so he or she is a professional as well. Even though the TAs have less experience, they have passion toward their careers, and also care about the students. Moreover, they know exactly what the students want to know because they are also students. Well, I couldn't find that kind of passion coming from professors who have taught for more than 20 years.
I see your point. I remember the TA last quarter. He tried to fill questions and he had enthusiasm in every class. Maybe it'll be better to learn from a TA in a small class.
The man
Okay, guys, did you hear?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, now I'm gonna choose a person, okay? Let me see. Daniela, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, please. You're going to participate with me, okay? Let me share the screen. I'm gonna set the timer, and as I told you, you will have 30 seconds to prepare your answer, and then you'll have 1 minute to provide your response, okay? Are you ready?
Okay, yes, teacher.
Start.
Okay, the lecture talk about the closure for the evening class and
Stop. Sorry for interrupting you, okay? But you have 30 seconds to think about your answer, okay? To organize your ideas silently.
okay.
Those minutes, you will be able to speak, okay?
Okay, teacher, sorry, I have a question.
Tell me.
In the listening, what was the question? Sorry.
No, you were supposed to listen to the recording, and the recording is about what you read. The announcement of the evening classes being closed. The people were talking about that decision, and the man was explaining his perspective. Okay?
Yes, okay.
What you have to do is to summarize what you read in the reading, and then to explain what happens in the recording, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so please, 30 seconds from now to think silently. And after that, you will speak, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now it is time for you to speak, Daniela, please.
Okay.
1 minute.
Okay. In the letter talk about the closure for the evening class, and it mentioned that the evening class decrease the number of the students, and the university discontinued to give classes in the evening, and the students has to change their schedule, or the university has to repayment the money to them. And in the listening, the first student say that the university take the right decision. Oh, it's time. Sorry.
A couple of comments about your speaking, okay? Please relax, okay? Control your nerves. You have to think about your answers in a more calmly way, okay? That is first. What's more, please, you have to work on pronunciation of some words, schedule, for example, okay? The word horario in English means schedule, right? So you have to practice your speaking, your pronunciation, okay? You can
Okay.
improve that. I'm sure you can, okay? You have the notions, you know how to speak it, but maybe you don't know how to do it properly. But as soon as you can hear the word, you will be able to do it, okay? Albert, please repeat schedule.
Schedule.
Schedule, okay? That is the way you have to pronounce it. Okay, what else? Control your time, okay? And do not mention too many details. You could have said something like this. Okay, the reading was about an announcement that informs the students that the evening classes will be no longer available for students to take. That's it. Okay, and in the recording, two people are discussing about that decision that the university took, right? The person is the man is not didn't agree with this decision because he thinks that the professors who teach in that schedule are really good. They are really worried about the students learning and offers a variety of examples, you know. And the girl who tries to convince him that the university did take a good decision contrasts to what he is saying, right? And that's it. That is what the reading is about. That would be an idea, no? An example of what you could have said as an answer, okay? You have to organize your ideas in a better way. You do not have to mention a lot of details, only one or two, and that's it, okay?
Okay,
Control
thank you,
your
teacher.
pronunciation, organize your ideas, and try to do the simpler, okay? Sometimes the simpler is the better. Do not complicate your life by telling so complicated structures and so on, okay? That's it. You got it. But you have to work more on that, okay?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Okay. Now, please, I want another person to participate. Any volunteer?
Participate.
Okay, thank you, Jose. Now, the same, you're gonna have 30 seconds to think about the answer, and then you will have 1 minute to speak, okay? Josue, I cannot hear you.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Let's start. Okay, Josue, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's start. 1 minute.
Okay. The universe of the letter they give closure for the evening classes. First, the first is because the number of students are decreased, and second is because I think in the night you don't have the experienced faculty member probably. In opposite, the man thinks the university has a good professor in the night, and for this reason, it doesn't close this schedule.
Is that all?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, at first it was really difficult for me to hear what you were saying, but that problem was fixed. Okay, so maybe you have to introduce your first sentence in a better way. Okay, okay, something like okay, in the in the announcement they're going. It is told that the university has decided to close the evening classes because of some reasons. Okay, and I like the way you use some transitional words. some new vocabulary. It is clear that you know a lot of vocabulary. That's good. Maybe you have to organize your ideas in a better way so that you can provide a better answer to this question, okay? And
Okay.
finally, you have to work on your concluding sentence, okay? You have to maybe summarize all the things you have said up to that moment in only one sentence, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Any question from this, Josue?
Sorry. Yes. You heard me? Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Sorry. I don't understand, or I understood so. In the conclusion, you have like a balance of the answers, or you say your position about that.
It can be both, you know. You can mention a summary of all the things you have said or you have mentioned. For example, a concluding sentence would be something like, okay, based on what I understood, the listening is about the man not being not agreeing with the decision of the university because of the reasons stated by him in the recording. Okay, something like that. You can make a summary of
So,
all you have said and maybe provide a point of view. You can say, okay, I agree with the man because he has stated a lot of good arguments. That's good. Josue, did you hear me?
yes, you're, I know probably so.
I cannot hear you very well, Josue. Are you having problems with the internet connection?
No, but I heard a weird sound sometimes when you speak. I don't know if I am the only who has this problem, or probably it's my connection.
Okay, I understand. Okay, but is the instruction clear? Do you understand now how to make a good concluding sentence?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, I hope so. Okay, guys, now we're going to practice with speaking 3 now, okay? Let me go to my, this is speaking 2, okay? Okay, what are my suggestions for speaking 3? Pay attention, okay? At first, you have to summarize the content of the reading passage. You have to say or mention what it is about. You have to state the topic. That's it. Number 2, you should then get into the lecture's presentation, okay? You have to provide the idea. What is the lecture about? That's it. And the sentence that will be the transition between the text and the lecture is the key, okay? You have to think about the sentence, how to organize that sentence in order to go from the reading passage to the lecture, okay? Go to from what you read and what you listen. That is the most important idea in this point. You have to present an idea, you have to say or mention what the lecture is about, and finally you have to think about the transition sentence, okay? That is important, transition between reading passage and lecture. Number 3, you have to make sure you give summarize using all the examples the lecturer provides, okay? You have to provide with all the examples, okay? The lecturer is going to mention in the recording, okay? You have to summarize them and mention them. Finally, the concluding sentence is also important. That's it. Only 4 things you have to follow in order to make a good response in this kind of task. Okay, guys? Is everything clear, or maybe you have some doubts?
Clear.
Okay, what about the rest?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, so consider these aspects and let's see. Now, please, you only have 2 minutes to read this passage. Please start. Okay, guys, did you finish? Guys, did you finish reading? Or you need more time?
Few seconds, please.
Okay. Okay, guys, time's up. Did you finish?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, now, let's move on to the listening.
Chapter 3, Integrated Task, Academic Lecture. Unit 5, answer a question using the information from both the reading passage and the talk. After you hear the question, you will have 30 seconds to prepare your response and 60 seconds to speak. Sample practice.
Now read the passage about consumer's remorse. You have 45 seconds to read the passage. Begin reading now. Now let's...
Okay, guys, pay attention. This is the lecture, okay? After this, you're gonna hear a question. So consider that question in order to prepare your answer, okay? Guys, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
So what did I say? After you hear this lecture, you will listen to a question. So based on that question, you have to prepare your answer, okay? So let's start.
listen to a lecture about consumer's remorse.
Okay, so I'd like to give you my example of the impact of consumer's remorse. Last year, my car had broken, and what I was told by the repair person was that I had to buy a new one. Actually, having a new one for the first time in my life, I did all of the research. In all of the researching, I had a few interactions with the salesman, read the reviews on the internet, and compared the prices online and offline. You know, it was going to be my first new car. I was so excited. After purchasing the car, I was on cloud 9, just as you are when you get your new computer or when you get new jewelry you really wanted. That feeling lasted for a week or so, but as time passed, that sense of remorse, the sense of regret was rising inside. Was it the best choice? Was it the perfect time to buy the car? I was starting to regret and tried to renounce the purchase. But then I got a phone call from the car company. The salesman asked me if there was any problem and then asked if I was satisfied with my purchase. He said my car got the best car reviews of the month. The company happened to give me a call just at the moment I was starting to regret. It means they gave a call to the customer to ensure that his purchase was the best bet. I got this call monthly and I stopped regretting. After receiving their phone calls, I totally blew off my anxiety.
Describe consumer's remorse based on the lecture and how the car company dealt with this problem. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Okay, guys, did you hear the question?
No, teacher. You can repeat that, please?
Okay. Pay attention, please.
And he had enthusiasm in every class. Maybe
Sorry, this is not the audio, okay?
Off my anxiety.
Okay, pay attention, please, to the question.
Describe consumer's remorse based on the lecture and how the car company dealt with this problem. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Now, guys, did you understand the question? Guys, are you there? I cannot hear you.
Also,
Yes, teacher, but it is too fast.
Okay. Let's listen again, okay? Only for understand.
Okay. Okay.
Pay attention, please.
Describe consumers' remorse based on the lecture and how the car company dealt with this problem. Please begin speaking after the beep.
Now, better?
Okay.
Okay, now I'm gonna choose one person now. Let's see. Gaston, are you there?
Yes, teacher, I'm here, but I hear the question, but I really don't understand.
Okay, I'm gonna explain it for you, okay? You have to describe what is remorse based on the lecture, okay? That is the first thing you have to do. Describe what remorse is, okay? Second, you have to describe what happened. What is the man feeling remorse or feeling regret of buying the car? And how the company helped him. Now, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, now you're gonna have some time to prepare your answer. Let me set the timer. I'm gonna show you the timer so that you can see. Now, that's done. You have 30 seconds, okay?
Okay.
Okay, time's up. It's time for you to answer. See?
Okay. This passage talk about the emotional expression of a lot of people. These expressions is when something, I don't know, who a person bought a thing, and after he think remorse, and usually after that they have negative feelings. I don't know. The most important is the guilt, and in marketing, in the people in marketing always have that concept and trying to find ways to counter that phenomenon. So I think that all, teacher.
Okay, you did two things. You explained to them what the reading and what the lecture was about, okay? Remorse, how this feeling affect people when buying things, okay? That's good. You didn't mention some the example of the man. You didn't mention the company. You were supposed to mention the company. What did the company do to help the man? And what else? Okay, you have to organize your ideas in a better way. Maybe this happened because you didn't understand the question, right? And sometimes it is really difficult for a person to provide an answer if he is not really sure of what he's going to say, right? So I understand that situation. Do not worry, but you have to be more focused, and you have to pay attention to the question and to what you are listening. Okay?
Okay, teacher. Thank you.
So be careful with that. You have to base your answer on the question you hear in the recording. What was the question? You were supposed to describe what remorse is. You were supposed to provide some examples, and you were supposed to explain how the company helped the man. Not feeling, let's say, regret of his decision, okay? That is what you have to do. So consider that, okay? On Friday, we're gonna still be practicing with this. Now, I want you to do something for me, guys, okay? Based on what I could have heard you now, you have to practice speaking in terms of, I don't know, vocabulary and what else? Pronunciation of some words, okay? The ideas are there. You just have to overcome that obstacle and speaking without fear, okay? That is the idea. You have to practice a little bit more, okay? On Friday, we're gonna practice a little bit more with this, especially on tasks number 2 and number 3. We have another day, another session to practice. So be ready. You already know how to deal with this kind of questions. In speaking 2, you have to consider what you read and then the conversation about it. And after that, you have to provide an answer based on what you read and what you hear. In speaking 3, you will read as well a passage. You will listen to a lecture about it, and then you will be asked a question. And based on that question, you have to answer. You have to organize your ideas, okay? So that is the way you have to do it. On Friday, we're gonna practice with more exercises. Everyone is going to speak, okay? So be ready. I would suggest you practice some vocabulary about, I don't know, topics at the university and topics, academic topics. That's something a little bit harder to do, but not impossible, okay? So you have to practice vocabulary, organization of ideas, and pronunciation. The ideas are there. You just have to practice a little bit more so that you can perform the best way possible in these tasks. Okay, guys?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, teacher.
Is everything clear, guys? Or do you have a question, any doubt, problem? I don't know. Tell me. I am here to help.
The reading for me was a little difficult because he speaks too fast and some words I didn't understand.
Okay, so vocabulary is the problem, right?
Yeah.
You have to work on that, okay? You have to take notes on the words you do not understand and go to a dictionary or asking me. You can ask also, okay? I said, if you have any problem, if you are, I don't know, if you do not understand the reading or the listening, ask me so that you can understand.
Okay.
Okay, so next time, if you do not understand a word from reading, ask me. Let me help you, okay?
Okay.
Okay, any other comment, guys? ¿Algún otro comentario tal vez, guys?
I have the same.
Josué,
Have a little bit.
difficult for me to hear you. I don't know what is. I don't know if the rest can hear Josué, but in my case, I cannot.
No, me neither.
Josué, please, I would like you to write what you are saying, okay, in the chat box, because anybody can hear you. Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other comment, guys? Okay, so please, guys, practice vocabulary. It is really important, as I told you, okay? Not only for speaking, but also for the rest of skills. Listening, writing, grammar, you know, okay? So please work on that. So before you leave, guys, please, I would really appreciate you complete this daily survey, and after that you can leave the session, okay? Thanks for attending. See you on Friday, okay, guys? I will be waiting for you at 7 p.m., okay?
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher. Bye, teacher. See you.
See you. Take care.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, teacher.
Bye.